Hey, this is Dave of Dave Trains, and I've got a little small update this week. Been busy experimenting with my mountain scenery, and but before I get into that, I just wondered if anybody else. I use the Kato Unitrack, and I wonder if anybody else. I have one of these little pieces of track right here, and I can't think what it's called, but it's basically slides where you, if you don't have the correct length of track you needed, you can use this to make up the difference. And today I started making the video. I was running my train through, excuse me, and I noticed right there, let's see here if I can get to it, right here, this had looked like it slightly had come loose from the plastic. And I had one car that kept jumping off, and it was actually this Sioux Line hopper. And I just wondered if anybody else has had that problem before. Now I fixed it. I did a couple things. Is one, I swapped the car around. You can see I've got long coal cars and short cars on there, but for some reason that kept jumping off. And then I actually took a small screwdriver and pried that back. But as you can see, this one, I don't know if you can see it or not, on this side is in its correct position, and this one has broken away from the plastic for whatever reason. So if anybody else has seen that problem, I appreciate if you make a comment about it, because I really hate to take this up. I mean, I do have it ballasted and everything, and that's one of my next projects is to finish the yard. And you know, I'm not above. I'm not taking it up and redoing it, because like I've always said, I really didn't have a track plan. I just wanted to run trains and try my hand at the scenery and do a little bit at a time. So, and I'm enjoying it, so that's all that matters. So let me come on the back side and show you what I've been working on for the past week. Okay, so I continued with the mountain scenery. What I've worked off and on this whole week was well, I swear. What I've worked on off and on all this week was these large rock formations. And I'm trying to get this done, and I could have, I guess, bought molds. I had a couple molds, but I wanted something to look a little bit different. I wanted a little bit larger. So I made these. There's a technique you can use, just aluminum foil. And if anybody wants to see how I do that, just make a comment and I'll do a video how I did it. But basically, you just I just use white glue and glue about 4 pieces of heavy aluminum foil together, and then let that dry for a day. And then I basically fold it over, crumple it up, and make it into a shape. Put things under it so I can have valleys and raised areas. And I did about 4 or 5 of them, and these were the best 2 that I made. And so I think they turned out pretty good. They're a little bit darker than the other rocks that I did, but it is what it is. So but anyway, I've placed those up there, and I've used the Sculptamold, which I'm really not a big fan of Sculptamold. I mean, for situations like this, it does real good, but it takes forever to dry. So I've got to go on a business trip, so maybe by the time I get back, it'll be dry enough to paint and put some scenic material on it. So I finished up the top of the mountain and got that ready to go, and I'll put a layer of, what I'll do is I use the spackling compound that I mix with water dilute, and I'll put it up here. That'll kind of smooth some of the edges out and give it a more smooth texture, especially where you have areas where the plaster cloth still shows the small holes in. And up here, smooth that out a little bit better. And so then after that, after I paint it and scenic it, I can start working on this. It's not really a river scene. It's more like a small offshoot from a river. I got the bridge piers primed. They're not finished painted. I've got to do a little bit of shimming under them, get that set right, and then after I do that, then I can wind up. I'll use plaster of Paris and form the bottom of the lake, and then I can make the river. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. Again, hope you appreciate you following along. If you want to continue, please hit that subscribe button and the little like button if you like the video, and as always, ring that little bell so you can keep up with future videos as I make them. Anyway, I appreciate you watching, and you have a great day. Bye bye.